the Dodgers making yet another trade. That's right, this offseason continues to surprise baseball fans again and again. We get into all that in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the almost 38% of the ones who are watching these videos who have already hit the sub button. But 61% of you have not subscribed yet. I'm not sure why. Myself and Brad J, we're bringing you everyday Dodger content. You're not going to find it like this anywhere else on YouTube. We're the best Dodger channel out there. We're going to be bringing you live streams, watch along. It's going to be an awesome 2025 season. So make sure to hit the subscribe button before it's too late. Let's get right into it. Of course, the Dodgers could be trading a top catching prospect this year. That's right, the Dodgers could be making a trade. As we know, the Dodgers farm system is the best in baseball. Don't let anybody tell you different. This farm system continues to surprise again and again and continues to bring up players that are honestly very good and major league ready most of the time. So we got ourselves a conundrum when it comes to the catching position, right? The Athletics' Jim Bowden theorized there isn't any room for another catcher on the Dodgers roster, right? We already got Will Smith and Austin Barnes, a couple catchers that, well, as we know, Will Smith is locked up for another 9 years, and Austin Barnes, well, he would be a starter on any other team, but he's on the bench for us and usually plays once or twice a week, or whenever, Will Smith has injuries. As we know, he has had injuries in spring, so Austin Barnes is a formidable backup, a guy that the Dodgers can definitely rely on. So what do? Well, we got some pretty good prospects coming up through the grapevine. Regardless of whether he gets a chance, of course, he's talking about Hunter Feduccia, right? Hunter Feduccia is a possible trade target, according to Jim Bowden, right? Saying that another MLB team will be lucky to have Feduccia's talents. Regardless of whether he gets a chance with the Dodgers, the 27-year-old will have be a starting catcher for someone at some point. It can be used as a trade asset at the deadline. So what do you guys think? Would the Dodgers part ways with Hunter Feduccia this year, right? Is he going to be used as trade bait as we get closer to the trade deadline? And who knows what the Dodgers' needs will be, right? Because as we know, last year pitching was the name of the game when it came to needs at the deadline, right? Because the Dodgers were so decimated with injuries, and they were out there aggressively trying to get starting pitching and aggressively trying to get bullpen help, right? And that's exactly what they did. They got Michael Kopech in the bullpen, and they went out and got Jack Flaherty starting pitcher, and the rest is history. They won the World Series. So had they not made those moves, I don't know if we would have been talking about a World Series championship. So Hunter Feduccia could be that guy at the deadline the Dodgers could use as trade bait. He's 27 years old. He's been an exciting player to say the least, right? He's been fun to watch. He's a left-handed hitter, which obviously increases his demand as a catcher, which is not every day you see that. And the spring training, the Cactus League numbers have been off the charts, right? Hitting .318 with a home run and 8 RBI in 22 at-bats. I would say those are some pretty good numbers, if you ask me, for a young player. Now, young player, definitely not too young, right? 27 years old. So, honestly, looking at the way things are, Dalton Rushing is the Dodgers' number one prospect, right? I mean, this guy is the number one guy. There's no doubt about it. He is the guy. 26 home runs, 85 RBI in 114 games. He was great. Feduccia was another prospect, as we know, that has now kind of been, introduced to the rest of the world after the awesome spring training that he had. Last year, he had 6 homers, 50 RBI in 82 games. More than enough reason he's ready for a jump to major league play. But, I mean, looking at what, the options the Dodgers have, I mean, they're not going to trade Dalton Rushing, right? I mean, I don't think they're there yet. I mean, I think Austin Barnes is an older player, and Dalton Rushing is a potential replacement for Austin Barnes, right? I mean, I definitely see that. I mean, Will Smith isn't going anywhere, right? Will Smith is locked up for many years with the Dodgers, and he's not going anywhere. So, honestly, Dalton Rushing is the kind of player that has already shown he's ready for the major leagues, and he could be that guy to move in and take Austin Barnes' job, right? When Austin Barnes starts to fade away, he retires or injuries catch up to him. He's a catcher. These guys go through a lot on a day-to-day basis. It's hard to believe, being a catcher in the major leagues is very difficult, right? I mean, your knees are messed up. You're just taking a daily toll that I think a lot of, it's overrated if you think about it. I mean, I think it's kind of a position that doesn't get enough credit. Now, the Dodgers have one of the best catchers in baseball, Will Smith, right? Offensively, I mean, come on. This guy is a threat every time he comes to the plate. And it's awesome to have a guy like that, right? I mean, remember when we had Russell Martin? I mean, it was awesome to have a player like that the Dodgers could rely upon to knock in runs, to get base hits, to hit home runs. And that's what Will Smith does. He's an all-around hitter. So they got a couple guys coming up, Feduccia, rushing, and these guys are the same way. They can hit. They could hit for power, especially rushing, right? Over 20 home runs last year. I mean, this guy is a real deal. So I don't think rushing's going anywhere. But Feduccia, if you ask me, I don't know what you guys think. Comment below. I think this guy's getting traded. I mean, I don't see how the Dodgers keep him in 2025, right? I mean, this is probably the best chance if you have to trade him. 27 years old, hasn't really, broken into the major leagues, as we know. That's already kind of, it's a later age, right? So I think if his value, if people are, talking about him, that there's interest, I think this is the best time to make this sort of deal, right? This would be a good time to do it, right? I think it eventually gets to a point where you can't make these kind of trades, and time goes on and you don't make the deal, the value goes down on the player. This is a high value player still in the eyes of many people, and the Dodgers can afford to do it, right? The Dodgers have the ability to do these kind of deals because they're so stacked when it comes to their roster, right? I mean, their roster is stacked from top to bottom. And like we've talked about, in the catching position, they are more than fulfilled with two guys that are, come on. Who would not want to have Will Smith and Austin Barnes on your team, right? I mean, everybody wants those kind of players. I mean, some baseball teams, some Major League Baseball teams really struggle to get catchers, right? They really struggle to have a formidable catcher that's starting every day that they can rely upon on a daily basis. They just don't have it. And the Dodgers do. And that's why I think it would be best Feduccia gets traded. You get maybe some more bullpen help or maybe an infielder, right? I mean, as we know, the infield is a bit of a question mark when it comes to the Dodgers. So I would not be surprised if that happens as well. Feduccia, we wish nothing but the best of him. He's obviously going to be in the minor leagues to start off the 2025 season, and I think Jim Bowden is right. One of the few times I'm going to agree here with the Athletic reporter. I think the Dodgers will be dealing this guy out in 25. As always, make sure to subscribe, and let's go Dodgers. Woo!